All right. So again, welcome everybody. As you guys all know, the Exit Planning Institute will be hosting the Exit Planning Summit in Scottsdale, Arizona, May 1st through the 3rd at the JW Marriott Camelback Inn Resort and Spa. We're very happy to be out there. Beautiful part of our country. We've been there. We haven't been at that facility before, but we've certainly been in that area. We have a SEPA program actually coming up there as well. So we're quite excited to be back inside of the state. This year's summit event will be all about experiences, people, and innovation. So we're going to be creating transformational experiences that are surrounding you with the best people in the profession, deepening those relationships for you, and continuing to be as innovative as possible while driving best practices for our entire profession. So with all of that in mind and all of those core values and theme, this year, EPI has selected Gino Wickman, the founder of EOS Worldwide, the author of Traction, and his newest book, The EOS Life, to keynote the Exit Planning Summit. His keynote will be on EOS Life, his book that focuses on really living this ideal life and bringing more balance to your life professionally and personally. It is a book associated to a keynote that is not just for the business owner, but also for the business leader. I actually, back in April of last year, had the pleasure of seeing Gino do this keynote live at the EOS conference. And what I think is actually, might have been for the very first time. It was actually, I think before he actually released the EOS Life book into the market. And I was sitting there and I could imagine, not only in all seriousness, was it certainly a game changer for me, but it was certainly wildly impactful. Gino takes us on the audience really on a 90-minute journey, if you will, that discusses this EOS life. What does it mean to live this optimized or ideal lifestyle? It's super interactive. If you've seen Gino speak before, it's also entertaining, and it's really unlike any other keynote that I've likely seen before. It fits also another, I think, a core principle for what EPI stands for, and that's actionable education. You really leave with actionable items and a rating of yourself, not just in EOS Life, but in Traction, and then what he calls these other organizing or principles that he has. So you kind of leave with this rating, you kind of know where you are, know where you want to go. And again, guys, I think it's something that not only can we bring into our own practices and to ourselves, but we can also lead to our business owners. Everybody will get a copy of this at the conference of EOS Life. So we're really excited for Gino to be joining us there as well. You've kind of heard me talk about this actionable education. So what does that really mean? Actionable education means you learn immediately useful actions and attitudes that motivate you to take action in your daily practice. Folks, plain and simple, the Exit Planning Summit, if you haven't been before, is a time for us to take a pause. It's time for us to work strategically, not only on ourselves, but on our advisory practices so that we could be better exit planning collaborative teammates and frankly, serve our business owners even better than what we do today. So joining Gino on the main stage, which will, on the main stage throughout the day, will be 3 other sessions that kind of follow this actionable education theme. These sessions will without doubt be results driven and action based. They will also be 90 or so minutes in form with time for us to do group work and time for us to do a little Q&A with the expert themselves. Joining Gino on that main stage will be Kylie Peters. Kylie is the founder of Rain 9 and Brainchild Studios. She'll be speaking on how to market and position yourselves to business owners. We'll have Sean Hutchinson joining us. Sean is a longtime SEPA. Many people know Sean. He was sitting next to, the story goes, Sean sits next to Chris Snider in the class of 2008. He was part of the first 100 SEPAs. He's a partner at RFN Global. He's a SEPA faculty member and an award-winning SEPA. He will be speaking on next level discovery. This talk is really on how to better engage our business owners, have more impactful conversations that really allow us to not only just understand their situation better, but really start to understand their company as well. Last but not least, joining that main stage will be Fred Johnson. Fred is the founder and CEO of Initiative One Leadership Institute and the executive coach to the Seattle Seahawks organization. Fred will be speaking on building highly impactful leaders and building effective teams. So all three things combined with a fourth with Gino, things that I think that really impact us as advisors to owners and certainly certified exit planning advisors as well. So guys, with that, to just wind down our announcement before John and I take some questions together. So we're talking about May 3rd, the Tuesday, the other bookend of that conference. So really the main showcase on that day are EPI power sessions. So if you've seen our power sessions before, they're TED Talk style sessions. They're motivating, they're inspiring, and again, actions and results based. Also on that day, we'll have a lot of collaboration. We'll have a collaborative case study where all of us, all 500 plus of us, will break down into small groups. We'll follow a case study. We'll get to know each other a little bit better. We'll see how we think and operate. And then we'll be able to have a little bit of a Q&A with a best practices or expert panel. We will also have two concurrent sessions that are best practice panels. So one for financial advisors and one for what we call value advisors. We'll have 5 or 6 experts there that'll showcase what tools they're integrating, how are they marketing themselves, how to navigate things like compliance, how to integrate the value acceleration methodology, and how they've grown their practices since becoming a CEPA. Last, but certainly not least, 2 big things. We'll wind down our summit on Tuesday, May 3rd with the Excellence in Exit Planning Awards, followed by our summit after party, which is brought to you by all of our summit partners. Speaking of partners, I'm very happy and proud to announce that UBS Financial Services has joined us yet again for our title partner for the Exit Planning Summit. They as well will be joined by 16, probably the biggest partnership that we've ever had at a summit, 16 other partners that really for us as advisors, again, I think of them in really 2 or 3 ways. They either give us some type of revenue producing or lucrative opportunity. They showcase some type of practice support element that allows us to accelerate our practices, or they provide our firms with tools and services that really allow us to grow and better engage business owners. So with that, guys, since I'm sitting next to John, I don't know if John needs to facilitate these or I could probably look at them. We will take some questions. So John, just scroll up there and we'll see what we have.
Right now, this is right there. What time will the learning labs?
Yeah, so the learning labs will start approximately at 2 p.m. So that'll be Arizona time, so 2 p.m. So my recommendation, if you're flying in to get in there early in the morning or perhaps potentially even the day before, we will start probably about 2 or 2:30 p.m. We're finalizing times now, so you'll be able to see those really throughout the month of January. We'll be forming up our times and the shuffle of rooms and all that good stuff. But those will run from about 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. till about 5 p.m. And then we'll roll right into the welcome reception thereafter. Talking about and dinner that night, maybe there is an itinerary somewhere with the sessions. Yes, so dinner will certainly be on your own that evening. However, the agenda will come out here within the next couple of weeks. You could see if you navigate to the Summit website, which is now live. I think John probably threw it inside of the chat there. You'll see the breakdown of what kind of sessions are happening each day, but nonetheless, times will be placed in there within the next couple of weeks as we firm everything up. Yes, this Zoom is being recorded. So if you want to navigate the little blips that I had throughout the session, you can navigate those. They'll be placed into the member center so you guys can review. On May 2nd, what happened? So yeah, May 2nd was the opening part of this little press conference that we were doing. May 2nd is all about the main stage sessions. So you'll have Gino, followed by Kylie, followed by Sean, and followed by Fred. You'll also have UBS sponsoring a business owners panel, which will be on May 2nd. It's actually one of the highest rated sessions of the entire summit. We had it in 2019. It's really cool. It's a panel of business owners who have either exited their company or are in this transition. So learning directly from the owner. So those are the big items for that day. When we wind down on May 2nd, we also have our charity give back social. For those of you that have never attended an exit planning summit before, this is something that EPI created a couple of years ago, and really off of the folks at Southern California Institute, Joe and Shelley. Joe Trezeri is one of our faculty members and a longtime CEPA. I actually went to one of their conferences
And what I liked about their conference is they had this charitable component. So we brought that into our conference, our summit, a couple of years ago. And that is another welcome reception, another time for us to get to know each other. But we'll have a live and silent auction, and we'll be raising money for a local nonprofit organization. Does the fee include lodging? The fee for the conference does not include lodging. So John threw in there, I think at the beginning of the session, our rooming and booking link. So we do have a group rate at the JW Marriott. I think it's a pretty deep discount, fair price. So if you do book at JW, which we certainly encourage you to do, book through the EPI booking link and you will receive a discount. Okay. A couple other questions as we wind down. Another question is this SEPA exclusive? So no, it is not SEPA exclusive. Obviously, it's powered by the Certified Exit Planning Advisor community. They will be many certified exit planning advisors there, certainly at the event. But I think this is a great event for those that have people within their firm that maybe don't want to be or don't need to be SEPAs because you're the SEPA at your firm, but do want to understand more about value acceleration, about building a practice that's significant for business owners, so on and so forth. So this is an open exit planning summit, certainly powered by the SEPA community, but nevertheless is definitely not exclusive of just SEPAs. It's for everybody. Question around May 3rd, when does it wind down? So it winds down towards the end of the day. So you'll be there till about 3 or 5 p.m. So it's a full day on Tuesday, full day on Monday, and I would say like 3/4 of a day on Sunday. So pretty packed 2.5 days, give or take. Can you tell us more about the case study session? Yes, absolutely. So EPI has written another case study, a little bit deeper of a case study that we will introduce as we lead into the summit. So you have some time to prep. If you all remember your Certified Exit Planning Advisor program, you likely went through the Ignition Controls case study. So like that, we want to I think that doing a case together really allows us to get to know each other on a different level. So we could, have a couple of cocktails, shake each other's hands, have a morning breakfast, sit each other at lunch and get to know each other and say, hey, I really like John and, I'd like to get to know him more because maybe we could do some business together. I think another form of that relationship building and networking is actually rolling up our sleeves, looking at a business together and saying, John, you're the financial advisor, I'm the consultant. How are you looking at this business owner versus how am I looking at this business owner, and collaborate to get to the best answers and the best solution. So that's what the case study session is all about. We'll have some time to work with each other at the summit, and then we'll have some time to get back to the main stage. We have a panel of experts really representing a full exit planning team, and we will be able to talk through and do a little bit of Q&A there. Ample time for networking. Yes, absolutely. So this is like the number one thing that people say they want more of every time they come to an exit planning summit. So this year we've made sure to put a lot of networking, or what we're calling relationship building sessions into the summit, whether it's a case study collaborative session or in kind of a longer than normal break, so that you can visit with our partners, you could visit with each other. I think one of the coolest things about coming to the Exit Planning Summit is that it's pretty diverse, at least in terms of professional discipline, right? If I'm going to an AICPA conference, for example, it's likely perhaps a lot of accountants, or maybe if it's their big Engage conference, maybe we're having some financial advisors as well. If I go to an investment banking conference, like an AMA conference, it's probably a lot of investment bankers or private equity groups. Here at EPI, you'll probably have about 9 different disciplines, anywhere from supporting functional roles like a marketing person to a traditional role like a CPA, an attorney, investment banker, a financial advisor, a life coach. So I really like that networking is needed, given I think the diversity of the group as well, so we could really build some relationships. Can I bring family or a spouse? So one of the reasons I picked this location is that we certainly can. There's tons to do in the Scottsdale, Arizona area. There's a lot to do at that particular resort. Your spouse can come to the socials. That's totally fine with us. They can't come to the entire conference per se, but they could certainly come to the socials. And then how can I nominate someone for the Excellence in Exit Planning Awards? That's great questions. Nominations will be open here towards the end of the month. So look for your summit correspondence, your communications there. Visit the summit website. If you have somebody working at your firm, if you have somebody in mind, if you want to nominate yourself, please do so. There's 3 different categories that EPI looks at. So you'll be able to see all those here towards the end of the month while we open up the Excellence in Exit Planning Awards nominations. So with that, everybody, I think, let's go back over here. Approximate start time on Sunday again. I would say it is anywhere between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. Arizona time. So 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Arizona time. I would say the same thing. I'm flying out early so I can play some golf as well. So there's tons of golf courses out there. So if that's your thing, certainly leave some time for that. That's a good question. Are there discounts for golf or anything like that? So our event experience committee will meet on those types of things, and our event management company will meet. If we can have some additional things that are through the hotel or things that we can negotiate for everybody, we are happy to do that. So again, I would say stay tuned for that as our negotiations start for these kind of extra activities that we might all want to go do and experience. Yes. So is there opportunities for us? Is there an opportunity for a deeper discount on the summit if we also renew our annual dues? So I don't know if anybody used this package, but during our season of deals package, which is basically a Black Friday type package for us over the holiday season, there was an opportunity for you to have renew both your membership and and take your summit registration. We do not have something like that right now, but we likely will come out with something like that that will run as a special perhaps this month. It will not be deeply as discounted, unfortunately, as it was for the seasons of deals, but we do want to see if we could do something special for those that want to take advantage of renewing their membership early while attending the summit. Okay, so with that, folks, I apologize for the interruption in my amazing internet here, I guess, in my office. But regardless, folks, I really appreciate everybody coming out. I encourage you to visit the summit website and stay tuned throughout the month. We basically will have announcements almost every week as we file in our speakers, showcase our partners, and hopefully we will see all of you in May. There will be no doubt that if we have 450 plus people at this exit planning summit, it will undoubtedly be the largest exit planning centric event in the United States of America. And I sure hope that you could be a part of it. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening or day.